Bam. Rich in the words of Assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings be upon you. And I mention both Jesus and Muhammad's names because they were both messages of truth and reality. Peace be upon them both, regardless to what you want to think. And today, I talk about so many things that are negative and bad that are going on in the community. And I think it's time to talk about something good that has happened to somebody. And my co-host, is Alderman Virgil Jones. Thank you for being co-host. Shalom.
Shalom.
Benaki, right?
Benaki.
Okay. And the guest today is Curtis Cannon. We're going to find out about you. Okay. And first of all, I want to thank you for accepting the invitation to come on Underground Railroad, show that comes on in Chicago every Saturday night at 10:30.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Before we get started, actually we already have started. Tell the people something about yourself. Then we gonna get on down to work.
Well, I'm a senior at Nazareth Academy. I'm a 3-sport athlete. I'm in musicals. I'm in a lot of different activities at my school.
There's some positive going on. I'm gonna let the alderman. I'm gonna defer and let the alderman go with a question.
So you're a 3-sport athlete.
Yes, sir.
What sports?
Football, basketball, then track. I used to play baseball, but I had to have surgery, so I decided to give that up and do track.
What do you run in track?
The 100, do the 4x1, and I'm a long jumper.
100 meters or 100 yards?
100 meters.
Ooh. What's your time?
11.5.
It's not too bad for a high school student.
I'm gonna start off. You know what? I want to start from the beginning. You know, you're a great athlete. You're a great student. You got to get a scholarship. What role did your parents play in your developmental stage? And you're the captain of the football team of developing these leadership skills and getting good grades and getting a scholarship. What role did your parents, Mr. Dennis Cannon and Paulette Cannon, play? How were they instrumental?
Well, my mom, ever since I was born, would take me to church every Sunday.
What church?
Hope Community Advent Christian Church in 5900 West Iowa.
Oh, wow. Who's the pastor?
Reverend Stephen Epstein.
Okay, hi. Tell us, how did they help you and guide you?
Well, I mean, growing up in a church with a lot of family and friends, I mean, that gives you a lot of direction in itself. But then you have 2 wonderful role models that,
wow,
in my mom and my dad. I mean, they both have their good and bad qualities, but I mean, mostly what I get from them is positive.
Wow, you're making me want to break down and cry, man. Go ahead, Alderman. Pull out my handkerchief.
Well, it's very interesting, you know, that you have a background that dealt with some kind of religious aspect. You know, I played sports in Crane High School. We talked about that.
Yes, sir.
And went to college and played football at Eureka College in Eureka, Illinois. And I'm glad to see that we have you on this program, because a lot of young people need to see young people like you, because they always see the negative side of young people rather than a young man who's doing something positive with his life. And you just added a different dimension a few minutes ago, that you've got the most important being that you participated with all your life, who was the Most High God.
Yes, sir.
Question I want to ask you. We talked about a few things before the program came on.
Yes, sir.
And some of the problems that you thought that young people had. And I believe you told me it was crime and what else?
I said poverty and like not being well educated.
Oh, okay. So you want to go to college, and what do you want to major in?
I want to get a degree in exercise science, then go on to physical therapy.
And then go on to be a physical therapist.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you know, I see from the newspaper clippings, which is a beautiful picture. And for the year 1987, you were the Suburban Light Player of the Year. How did that feel? What did it take for you to become that type of physical and mental player and be captain of the team? What role did your coach play? I guess I'm asking you 3 questions in one.
Well, my coach brought
Who
it
is
all. Tim Rackey. He brought it all together. I mean, he brought in the work ethic that it took to get to the point where we were. I mean, he developed me and my attitude towards the game, and I mean, he helped out a lot. It was what we needed. He came in from after winning 4 state titles with his old school. And
What was his old school?
Driscoll
Okay.
Academy.
Okay.
He transferred. He came from there to a 1-8 program. So
1-8.
yeah.
So what was your record this year?
This year we were 8-4.
Oh,
So
8-4.
we went from my sophomore year my freshman year we were 1-8. Then once he came, immediately we had 2 back-to-back 3-6 seasons.
Wow.
And then this year, his 3rd year with us, we went 8-4, the farthest.
To be the captain of a football team. You was captain too, right?
Yeah, I
As
was
you
the
told me.
captain. I was the captain of the football team.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What does it take?
well, it takes leadership skills. What I said, and then me and the alderman were talking earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and we also talked about how it takes respect.
Wow.
Your players and your teammates have to respect you in order for them to help. In order for you to get the response that you want.
So in other words, you can't go out and go to school in the daytime and be a stick-up man after you get out of school.
Not at all. Not at all.
Because
Yes,
then
yes, sir.
your teammates won't what?
They won't respect you at all. I mean, you have to earn their trust through your hard work, and you have to. What I tried to do was lead by example.
Wow. Okay. Hold on a minute.
Well, I can tell you that I'm very happy to know that there's a young man like you, all right, that exists in this day and age when so many people are part of street organizations, as they call them.
Yes, sir.
To the common everyday person, they would call them street gangs. And I know that your time was spent in the God gang in the church from listening to you and talking to you. And I had that same experience. I was in the Garden of Prayer Church near the Henry Horner Projects when I was growing up. And I spent 90% of my time there and spent time ministering to kids and etc. So when I was a young person, so I'm very, very familiar. Never had any contact with no police until I became an elected official.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a bad experience after spending my whole life away from that.